Hi, I'm Jocelyn from Transcend Wellness, and welcome to this week's Healing Downloads. For those of you who are new, we come together every week to do a group session for all the subscribers, and then I send out the Healing Millennium Method downloads to everyone that's watching. So let's begin with the first deck. Let's see what we need for this week. These fractals are going to help us to pull up some really deep-rooted issues that we don't even know are there, that are causing all this unnecessary pressure and putting us out of balance. So once we can remove all of that, it's going to help open up the synchronicity and open up our flow. Take a deep breath. Now we have removing a lot of judgment that's sending us a lot of negative energy, whether that's self-judgment of us being hard on ourselves and sending ourselves curses and spells, or whether it's other people judging us, sending us those curses and spells, negative energy, and us taking it on. So this is going to help clear all our energy fields, rise our vibrations, help us to remove judgment on all levels. Take a deep breath. These practices are going to help to rise our spirit and our soul, to white light bubble protect us, to help us to find that inner peace and to hold on to that inner peace. 5 Chinese blessings to help us to do that, and then as well, these downloads are going to help us to have more deep restorative healing sleeps. Take a deep breath. Now we have fractals that are going to help us to be able to be the calm within the storm. So no matter what's going on, all the chaos around us, bringing all of that down, helping to compartmentalize everything, helping it to feel organized and manageable so that we can keep calm, because when we're calm, we'll be a lot more effective. Take a deep breath. Now we have removing all the perceptions that are draining us, that are taking our energy, that are making things a lot more difficult than they need to be, and that are also stopping things from logistically just faultlessly integrating. So once we can remove all this, and then the downloads to help put in new perceptions that are going to be more empowering, things should flow a lot easier this week. So take a deep breath. It's showing us that if we can really be in our self-validation and have the courage to truly just be us, unapologetically go out and do what we need to for ourselves, stay inward focused, we're going to be able to manifest so many more things and creative solutions that we never thought possible this week. This energy is going to allow us to do that. If we just stop focusing on everything around us, whether we said the right thing, did the right thing, whether they approve or not, and just really go inwards and ask ourselves, do we feel with integrity to this? Did we do the best we can? Do we know that our heart is in the right space? And do we approve of what we're doing? And if we continue to do that and just be inward focused, we're going to be able to create so much. All that unnecessary stuff that's been draining our energy, our thoughts going here and there, it's going to all come back to us. We're going to have more energy to do the things that we want to do, and we're going to enjoy it a lot more. So take a deep breath. So again, we have fractals to help us to really rise our spirit and our soul. So some of us have been through a lot these past weeks or past months, and our spirit and soul has been drained and getting through everything, but just feeling like everything is so difficult and hard. This is going to lift us all up to help us to channel what we need to really end this cycle of struggle and begin this new cycle of expansion. Take a deep breath. Because we're in Mercury in retrograde right now, there's a lot going on, lots of triggers, things are moving super fast. So these fractals are going to help us to not panic when things are chaotic or when things are overwhelming. This is going to help us to stay in our power, stay in our strength, rather than panicking, and just trust that all of this is happening because everything is unfolding right now. We have movement. So don't stop that movement by panicking. Just lean into it, trust in the process, and let it flow. Take a deep breath. So it's showing that there's a lot that needs to be cleared out of our energy, vanquished out of our energy, which came up from level 2 with all that judgment and curses and spells and negative energy being sent our way from ourselves or from others. So this is really going to enhance level 2's downloads and help really clear it out on a deeper level. Take a deep breath. Now we have removing and letting go of all the resentment that we're carrying with us. Resentment that's also been passed down to us from our ancestors, from our old traditions. Just really dumping all of that out and helping us to feel safe and secure to truly be us. Because if we are us and we are doing the things that we want to do and we trust in everything, there's no reason to resent anything. Because we're going to be in our power, we're going to be in our flow, we're going to know that nobody's going to force us and make us do anything that we don't want to, or we're not going to force ourselves to do something that we don't want to or that's not with integrity to ourselves. So if we're truly living our purpose and our path, you won't have any resentment. And if you really truly focus on that self-validation and self-love that came up earlier, then you're going to feel so much power inside. You will never feel resentment to anything else because the love is going to be so strong. The power with yourself is going to be so strong, because resentment is just all this wasted energy that we're sending out, and it's so toxic, and it just brings us down, and it just releases all these negative hormones in our body that makes us sick. So we don't want to hold on to that, and we want to let it all go. So take a deep breath. It's been a difficult year that's brought up a lot of hopelessness that we're going to be stuck like this forever, stuck and trapped in this friction and turmoil and suppression. But these fractals are really here to help us to know that we're ending this cycle and we're starting our next step of development on this new cycle. So this is to help soothe and comfort us, removing all the sensitivities and emotional weaknesses that were making it a lot harder than we needed to be, and really holding on to that faith and that trust, knowing that things are starting to shift and things are opening up. And it doesn't mean that things are going to be perfect. I know we're still going to have a lot of triggers towards the end of November, but some of us can breathe a little bit more right now. And it's only because we've mastered changing our reactions and behaviors, releasing all those old patterns and limiting beliefs that this year has put us through. It's put us through so many struggles so we could practice our skills, practice being able to live this more peaceful life no matter what's going on around us. So by the end of the year, we'll be able to appreciate everything that we've learned through this year, all the growth that's happened. But I know right now, because we're still in it, it doesn't feel that way. But by the end of this year, it's going to feel so much more empowering, knowing that we did all the hard work this year. We've got a lot of new tools in our tool belt. And so as we go forward, it's just going to make life that much easier. So take a deep breath. Astrological influences are bringing up a lot of childhood things right now. So this is to help clear all of that out, as well as removing distress. So a lot of the distress that we have now came from the strategies that we used during those childhood traumas that helped us during those times. But right now those strategies are causing us more unnecessary distress. So we need to release all of that out so that we can be more effective. Take a deep breath. The last fractals coming up are to remind us to take everything in bite-sized pieces so we don't get overwhelmed. And these fractals are going to help you to do that. So maybe just say every day I'm going to choose the 3 most important things that I need to do today. Just focus on those 3 things and then let everything else go. If you can do that and stay in that simplicity of it, you won't beat yourself up, you won't feel guilty for not getting this massive list of things you wanted to do done. You'll feel accomplished and you'll stay in this positive energy, which will then move your growth forward so much faster than if you bombard yourself with all these things and then you don't get them done and then you feel guilty and overwhelmed by it, slowing everything down. You then drain your energy, you break down your immune system, and then of course you're going to get less done. So let's remove all of that and just really stay in that simplicity. 3 things that I need to do today, 3 most important things. Keep it simple, keep it positive, and keep the growth. Take a deep breath. Thank you everyone for joining us this week, and remember this is an overall group session, so if you'd like to go more in depth and find out what the main weaknesses and issues are for you and remove them from the root, you can always book a session with us at transcendwellness.co. And remember, things are starting to move. Even if it's just a little bit of movement, just focus on that and keep in your faith and your trust, because the more you focus on it, the more it's going to expand and the faster things are going to start moving and snowballing. And also remember, keep everything in bite-sized pieces. The more simple that we can make things, the faster and easier things are going to go. I look forward to working with you again next week, and I wish you all a peaceful and transformational week.